Hello, Wesley. How are you
Hi,
doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very good.
And
So,
thanks
how have you
for
been with the RMO and all?
yeah, I've been coping okay. I think it has never been a time that you have such a long. I wouldn't say it's a break, but it's a very good time to do reflections and to do things I've always wanted to do. So I think
Okay.
I guess yeah, lah, good time lah. Just that sometimes I don't know what day it is.
Then I will remind you every day on Facebook. Okay, so just look out at the post, but don't get confused.
Yes.
Okay, so another
Yeah.
thing is, so what have you been doing as a, I know you have been quite busy also, although it's
Yes.
a RMO, you've been
Yes.
quite busy. So what have you been doing actually?
Now it's a very good time for us, as in when the RMO came. In fact, I know it was a little bit of shock at first, but I think
Okay,
having done reflection with our team, we noticed a very good time for us
okay,
to do things I've always wanted to do,
okay,
mainly in the perspective of our online program.
right,
Because personally, for myself, just like you,
right,
I've done a lot of online content, sharing
okay,
values, posting videos, sharing articles and ebooks and all.
right,
Um, I think now is a really good time for us to really sit down and to tidy up a lot of things, like because we have always wanted to launch like an online coaching program. So
right.
now is the perfect time for us to really sit down and to really craft, design, validate with people is something you're looking for. So I think yeah, I would like to think it's a good time for me, for us to really sharpen and to build our arsenal of weapon. Yeah.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Have you? Of course, we're going to talk a lot about that later on in the show, right?
Yes.
So as Wesley, you can see some of the video feed is already out on the right side
Right.
on the chat. If you want
Oh,
to share
cool.
it, you can share it out. Okay, we'll
Okay.
just take a few moments to do that. So,
Can.
and hello everybody who's here. Hello. Just send your love and hearts and likes to this feed so that our speaker here, Mr. Wesley Chan, he's let him know that we all love him.
Wow.
As usual, all the speakers here get a lot of love, I tell you. Okay,
I love. Right. Cool.
and so don't forget, today Wesley is here to share some very good tips on sales, especially during these tough times. So if
Right.
you have questions, don't forget to share it here in the comments so that we will read the comments. We will read your comment and the question from you and mention your
Right.
name too. All right.
Right.
Wesley, you're okay there, really?
Let me host the watch party
Sure
now.
thing, sure thing. Take your
Yeah,
time.
but we can continue talking. No issues with that.
Right.
Exciting, man. A lot of chance for us to leverage on technology nowadays.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, man. So for those of you here who just joined us here, just say hi. Let us know that you are here, so that we
Yes.
know that you're watching this video right now.
Just say hi and
Keep your
Wesley,
keep your comments
me.
coming.
Yeah.
Keep your comments coming so that we know you're watching this right now.
So hello to friends from LinkedIn, friends from Facebook. Hi Nikki. Hi Muniswaran. Hi Kimi.
Hi, Nikki, Monesra. Hi. Good. Hello. So we have got people watching from Facebook and LinkedIn, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Cool,
Both
man.
both channels. Yeah.
This thing is cool, man.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All good. Wesley.
Just give me a little bit sec.
Okay.
Just give me a sec. Sorry for some technical. Okay. Yeah, I think we can. Wait, let me share this on. Let me just share this right here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I think we can start. Yeah, we can start. No issues with that.
So again, welcome everybody. Today, our speaker Wesley Lu is going to speak to us a little bit about sales during these tough times. All right. So the topic is, let me just see, 7 codes to turn crisis into opportunities.
Yep.
All right. And of course, I think it's very clear right now we are facing a time of crisis. All right.
Yep.
And what are we going to do? sales teams, a lot of sales teams, from what I know, what I've heard also from my friends' companies and all, they are feeling demotivated.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're feeling a bit lost. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to approach customers at this time when everybody is at home and all the companies are, scrambling to, take care of their own team at the moment. So how do
Yep.
you really do sales? It's really a crisis time. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So today, let me just introduce to everyone here in LinkedIn and Facebook who Wesley Chan is. All right. He's a young person, as you can see, but
Thank you.
very achieved. Okay. He is a sales breakthrough coach and a keynote speaker for the last 9 years. He has spoken to more than 120,000 individuals, 18 cities, and he's also a three times TEDx speaker. All right. So
Thank you.
let's hear it from you, Wesley,
Yep.
about the 7 codes to turn crises into opportunities.
All
Off,
right. Thank you.
off
First of all, thank you very much for having me, and I really want to thank you for not just for this show, but I think it's a very good initiative for you to add value to the community, where a lot of people are now, some of them in the panic zone, some are thriving, some are in status quo. Yet you are the one giving value. I think we should all say thanks to myself for that.
Thank you.
In regards to the crisis right now, I would like to think in every crisis there are opportunities, and so why am I saying so? Because where I know that some people now, a lot of businesses are very prudent in terms of spending, and I would like to see there's an opportunity in any kind of businesses or products or services that we offer. When our clients are in need, that's the time there's an opportunity for us to add value. And therefore, so we've been sitting down with my entire team, and we decided that why not we think of something that could potentially help. And we realized that in these times of crisis, there's a lot of things that we can turn into opportunity. And hence we derive this into the 7 codes where I strongly, it has really helped us for us in terms of our own business. And we foresee that this will potentially help a lot of people right there. So as a result of applying all these things, in fact, when people are panicking during the first day of the lockdown, where for us, we actually managed to get very solid leads and in fact inquiry on our business and our coaching. Day one itself, we already got 2 very beautiful leads for training. I've just
Wow.
converted a client online to do a coaching yesterday, and a few more leads coming along the way. I think the key
Awesome.
point is this. And I should really start on these 7 key points. I think the first thing is this. I think the first thing comes with the mindset that I know there are certain things that we can control. There are certain things that we can't control. The lockdown is something that we can't control. I think we have to learn to accept that it's a fact, that we must acknowledge that the lockdown is there. All right. So it's for the benefit of us, Rakyat, and for everybody since the global pandemic. Now, here's what we can change. Now, we can always change our mindset and the way we look at it. And hence, point number 1, I would like to think that you must always believe it's an opportunity. So what do I mean? When in business, it's all the same, right? When client has a problem, that's when we have an opportunity for us to provide a certain solution. Now, the thing is this, they may not buy now. They may not be placing the purchase now because they're just prudent. They themselves has got like very heavy or tight cash flow right now. But what you can do is you can support them and to remain visible and existent for them. So in a way that when they need your product, either at a cheaper premium, you design a new product, but they think of you. I think the key point is this: you must always believe it's an opportunity. So this is a very important mindset because at the end of the day, it's just the mindset that if we believe that it is an opportunity, so the way we think, the way we feel, the way we act, and our productivity will shoot up. I think that's the key point number 1 I want to share. The second key point I think is very important to understand this: always focus on adding value right now. Because I see quite a lot of people right now where they are, because now a lot of people are going online, so they try to profiteering, which is okay. But the thing is just to find a product or a solution that people really need, and then you can continue to add value. Now, adding value doesn't always mean to sell your product. It can be like say, hey, you know what? I came up with 10 best tips for you to strengthen your relationship with your sales team. I came up with 7 key points of the best way to increase productivity for your company. So where you can research or based on your expertise or what you know, So you can find out what are the things that you think there are pain points they're facing right now, that you can share some ideas, some tips, some strategies to help them to ease their pain. So in a way, I think that's a very good opportunity. So because right now a lot of people are having stress, they're panic. So if you can provide remedies, strategies, tips, that's the time for you to stand out. You see, and the key point is you are there to provide value to whoever people who need. Be it in online, your clients, your prospects, people that you met long time ago. It's just a very good avenue and time for you to just keep adding value. And hence, I would like to believe in point number three, where every single touch point is an opportunity of engagement. Now, the key is this. Again, you don't always have to sell and convert people, but you are there to engage. Engage means get to know people, let them know what you need. Let me know if I can support you. Boom, here you go. I know that you're in a tough time right now. Would you consider I've just compiled 10 strategies to improve your productivity of a team? Would you want to have a copy of an ebook? So there's a lot of things that we can do. So if I can reiterate that again, number one, you must always believe it's an opportunity. It's there. Number two, you must focus on adding value, not just to convert the sales, but you focus on adding value to people. Sales is just a reflection of whether your solution fits the market or not. Number three is every touch point is an opportunity to engage. At the end of the day, the key is to engage with the people that you talk to. Engage with them, help them, and provide value. So these are the first 3 points which I believe, which is very helpful for us in terms of changing our perspective and our mindset. Yeah. So, Raisa, I'm losing your voice. I'm not too sure if you can hear me.
Wesley, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Sorry. I put it in mute. Didn't want to
Yeah.
disturb. So thanks a lot, Wesley, for the 3 points and also summarizing it,
Yes.
right? So for the audience today, Wesley is here to share about 7 codes to turn crisis into opportunities. So if he just shared his first 3 codes, right? So whoever is here, please say hello to him. I think today Kavita is here, Kavita, and then Sam is here. Hi,
Hi,
Sam.
sir. All
Okay.
right.
And again, continue to drop your comments, drop your questions so that Wesley can help to answer. All right. Hello, Zuin. How are you? Okay. Thanks. Yeah, you can hear now, right? Okay. So, Wesley, please carry on with your next
Yeah.
points.
So yeah, just to reiterate again, for those of you who just joined, again, thanks
Yeah.
for joining. So again, I talked about 7 codes to turn crisis into opportunities. Where the first one I spoke about was we must first believe as an opportunity. That's number one. Number two is always focus on adding value to people that we talk to the companies that you have, even though your client, your prospects that you have met in the past. Number three is every touch point is an opportunity to engage, especially right now. Most of the touch points are now being virtual. It can be email, WhatsApp, your EDM, it can be online Facebook, it can be LinkedIn. So these are the potential touch points that you can engage with your stakeholders. Now, number four, I think is very important, especially in times of crisis, because crisis is a time that's limited. It's not that every now and then we got crisis. So hence,
Yeah.
it's a very limited time for us to make use of this opportunity. Every second counts. So it is not the time for us, I believe, not the time for us to just chill and to finally complete your Netflix or to finally. So there's a lot of things that you can actually do. So I think it's time for us to really rise, and it's a level playing field where it has never been a time where it's a default. So anybody can actually emerge and to just add value and to add your audacity, just to be loud in the market. So therefore, I always believe that you be urgent in changing your models, helping people, but not be pushy. I repeat this one more time. You must be urgent on yourself to
Yeah.
continue making use of your time, but not be pushy. So what do I mean? You must
Yeah.
be urgent in making your things right, doing a lot of action plans and all, but don't push people to convert the sales.
Mm,
Because, and again, I always believe that sales is like it's a pyramid. Some people are not
yeah.
keen. Some people don't care about a product. Some people will buy, just matter of time. Some people will buy, but months later. Some people will buy now. So our job is like heating a frozen meat. maybe because now it's a lockdown, so I cook a lot of frozen food. So just imagine an analogy of a frozen meat. So you first have to take it out from the freezer. Um, the frozen one is like the people who are not interested in your service.
Mm,
When you defreeze, it becomes soft. So these are the people who don't like, okay lah, yeah, I know Wesley is there, I know what side is there. So they don't really have a preference whether to buy or not.
right,
Once you start cooking, right? Once you start cooking that meat, I think the first stage is it will heat up. It will start to heat
right,
up. So when you start
right.
to heat up, okay lah, I think this meat quite nice. I will eat. I don't know when I'll eat, but I will eat it.
Mm,
Uh, Moving after that, then the meat will get even hotter. That's when
yeah,
it becomes cooked, right?
yes,
That's when they will eat, but maybe
right,
just 1 minute or 2 minutes from now. And when it
yeah,
becomes grilled, when it becomes really nice and grilled, there's a time they will eat now. Now, this analogy is very applicable because we are in the time to heat our frozen meat. So
mm,
the market that we talk to, our social connections, our client database, our customer, our referrals. So now is the perfect time for us to
right,
hit them. And
right,
again, not everybody is prepared to make a purchase right now because, and
yeah,
again, companies are prudent. They may not want to invest now. They may not want to pay you now, but they know that if they know that you are genuinely, sincerely adding value to them, they will
right,
keep you in mind. Because at the
right,
end of the day, sincerity always wins. It's about
right,
you being there. At the end of the day, it's maybe just an email that say, hey, if you need anything, just let me know. I'm more than happy to assist. So it's to give them the assurance, which leads to point number 5. Always, right now, in the terms of crisis, be the assurer. Be
mm,
the one who give assurance to people. I'm here to stay. I'm gonna help you. Let me know if you need any help. Even though they may not be help from you, but because you're the one who's always giving people assurance. Let me know if you need any help. I'm here to stay. We'll continue working. We'll be more than happy to provide services for you. Now, even though they are not ready to buy, but they know that you are there to support, which is
right,
already a very good point compared to many people who are silent, who don't reach out to them. But
right,
you took the time to WhatsApp, to email, to drop that email, and you say, "Hey, how is everything? Hope that things are good with you and your team. Let me know if you need any help. We are gonna be operating like normal, just virtual." And in
right,
fact, this is a very good key point that we've all done since day one. We are very lucky with that. So in a way, so we did a blast to our client database, and in fact, there are people who replied and they say, you know what? Thank you so much. I appreciate your email. And yeah, I did think of I want to engage you for our management team. I'll talk to you after
right,
COVID. You see, so that's an opportunity because the key point is to always engage, engage, and engage. Even though it's just send an email and say, hey, how are you? It's still a point of engagement. Yeah.
right.
So that's what I believe. And again, let's go to point number 6. Then we can take some
Right.
questions.
Yeah.
Is to keep our message sharp, simple, and short.
Okay.
Times of crisis, attention span become shorter
Yeah.
because stress increase,
Yeah.
emotion increase,
Yeah.
intelligence become low, and our attention span become shorter. So the way we
Mm,
write message, you have to really be sharp, short, simple. It's not just about you. It's not about you, not about expertise, but how you can help them,
right.
especially in these times of crisis. And
Right.
my last point number 7 is if you can thrive now, you can thrive after lockdown. Because at the end of the
Mm,
day, now it's like a level playing field that if you can emerge as the authority right now, so months after this, it's a time for you to just skyrocket. So make this as a full opportunity for you so that you can use this to thrive and to strive your business right now. Right now, so that months after that, when the economy recovers, you already have a winning head start. So that's the key point. So this is the message that I want to share in terms of the 7 codes to turn crisis into opportunities. Yeah.
awesome. Awesome. Very nice. I think,
Thank you.
really points out a lot of good things, a lot of action points that we can take, right?
Yep.
I like the point number 6 that you mentioned also, which is like, you mentioned that, people are in a crisis mode. So
Right.
their attention span is low. So we need to, the way we talk to them should be a little bit different, right? So how do you actually structure something to talk to them at this kind of time?
Right. I think one of a more actionable strategy is this. So for those of you who are watching, right?
Yeah,
So I think the first key point is to really sit down with your team and to really understand our clients right now, what
Yeah.
kind of problems they're facing right now, what do they want to know, what do they need to know, what do you think are some useful inspirations, technology, tips, and strategies that they may want to know? All right. Now, if you don't know what they want to know, I think one of the key points is do validation call. Call your top 3, 5, 10 clients and just chat with them and say, hey, how are you? Just want to catch up with you in this time of crisis. What kind of challenge are you facing right now? What do you want to know? So you gather all these thoughts and then you come back with your team and then you design maybe a very quick infographic or an
Right.
ebook or just a very short deck to give 7 tips, 10 strategy, 21 techniques to answer these challenges. So you can use this as a opportunity to engage with your clients and say, hey, I know the times are tough right now. Boom, here's an email for you that I thought of sharing with you 7 strategies to increase your motivation, work from home, productivity. Find something that you think that can help the people that you engage. Again, it can be strategies. One of the easiest form is to create a PowerPoint slides
Right.
where you talk about some strategies, or you can convert it to ebook for those of you who want. So
Yeah.
that's a good time. Yeah, and so that's my answer to that.
Okay. So we have some audience also saying hello and
Yes,
interacting here. So some
yes.
Kavita, Sam, Angie, Yandaro, Datu
Hello,
Lawrence, Siti Zulaika. All right. Just say hello to them. Hello, how are you? Okay.
hello.
And also a question right now from Angie, right, from
Yes.
Facebook. The
Yep.
question is, what about the motivation of the sales team during this crisis? How can the manager be able to motivate the team and also manage their anxieties?
All right. I think the first key point is this. So I think first of all, we talk to the sales leaders first, the
Yeah.
sales managers and sales leaders. I think first of all, in times of crisis, you must first be steady, and because if you yourself as a sales manager, sales leader, if you are worried, and then the anxiety will pass on to the team. I
Right.
think the first thing is to decide in this lockdown period right now. I think as a team, strategically, what are the areas of focus that you can pivot and change?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can look at maybe not just in terms of converting sales, maybe in terms of okay. So I'm going to share with you all the strategy. So you can look back in terms of all the contacts that you have, all the name cards that you have. You can blast an email. That's one to touch base. You can even look at what are some contents you can create. So you can create some ebooks, techniques, sales decks, or something like that, right? And then you can pass on to your sales executive, the salespeople, and then they can shoot out to their team members. Also can, or you can also check with us, your sales team, and to do validation call, where call the key accounts, touch base, what support they need, what kind of challenges they have. Everybody call 3, 5, come back. We do a Zoom call and just everybody report what kind of challenges they have, and then we can discuss on how to continue to add value. These are some 2 things that we can do. And again, how we can able to motivate. I think in this way, I think we need to decide whether number one, your company strategy right now, whether do you want to nurture the lead or you want to convert the sales now. I do know of some people who want to convert the sales now. If you want to
Mm-hmm.
convert sales as in to really sell your product right now, one of the key points is because in times of crisis, I do understand that you may be a bit more prudent in the way you invest, and therefore I give you additional discounts, rebate, additional coaching, facilitation, mentoring, give extra value right now. I know of a friend of mine who's a business owner. He does cloud accounting. So because times of crisis, not only he help people to transform businesses using accounting softwares and solution, but he himself volunteer himself, added value and say, because I do know that some people may have resistance when it comes to digital transformation. So because of times of crisis, I would like to give you a complimentary offer. I can arrange 2 Zoom calls to talk to your team. I can arrange 1 Zoom call to talk to your entire team in terms of productivity. I think the key point is how do we continuously add value to the people that we talk to. So I hope this addressed your question.
Yes, I think that's awesome. Okay, that's
Yeah.
awesome. It states quite a lot of different ways you
Yes.
can actually take action on this one, right?
Yes.
And as we can hear from a lot of business owners, their sales team, they are facing a lot of anxieties, right? They don't know, what's going to happen after this. They, sometimes they don't know what's the action they can take because a lot of things have changed overnight. Just like that, there's a RMO, and
Yep.
what to do next? What do I do next, right? Okay, so hello to Iswaran. Iswaran is my brother
Hi.
in
Oh,
UK,
hi. Sorry.
and then
Right.
hi from Jaya in Facebook.
Yes.
Okay,
Hello. Yeah, and probably so just I mean
yeah,
I have a follow up thought according to this.
yes,
So
yeah,
just to respond, just to follow up from the question that we talked about, how do we manage the motivation? How do we able to
yeah,
motivate the team?
yeah,
I believe there are three things that we can do. A lot of
yeah,
things I've shared just now in terms of sales, where so okay, I'll break it down into three key points, and then probably I can share with you more insights of that.
right,
So I think number one, let's talk about personal self first. I think it's
right,
a time that we motivate them. We check on our goals. We manage their emotions and all. Second is
yeah,
the sales. I think it's a time to gather back. We can tidy up our database. We can look through all the name cards that we have. We need to rank again who's the hot, warm, cold contact, who can be focused
mm-hmm.
and prioritize. We can tidy up the way we do our sales call, our validation call. We
Yeah,
can tidy up our sales deck, sales proposal, company profile. We can tidy up, we can take referrals, we can change the
right,
way we take referrals. These are some things that we can do. But it's also a very good time for sales team right now to build and to increase their online presence and visibility.
mm,
So in a way, I think you can also motivate your sales team, be it if they do B2C or B2B.
right,
Check on their LinkedIn, their Facebook, where they tidy up their profiles. Maybe they can just again add more creative online content, useful value in terms of LinkedIn. If you're a lot of you doing B2B sales, and again, LinkedIn is a very good platform for us to really tidy up and again to continue to add value. So some of the things that I can suggest to you in terms of adding value in terms of online presence, and again, you can share infographics, articles, posts, to interviews. You can even do webinar if you're courageous enough, or you can compile tips and that what I said, some strategies, and you can share with your online connections. So that's the way to keep yourself active, so that you know that your social connections will know that you are still active, still operating, still aggressive, running a business at the moment right now. Yeah.
okay, all right. Thanks, Wesley. All right, and
Okay.
Jafro Ong has just shared his point of view, which is like think on the view of how can I continuously add value to my friends, prospects, or clients. All right, so that's a good
Right.
point there.
Right.
Okay, and then Michelle Tong said she likes your sharing,
Thank you.
and Winston Young mentions Wesley Chan, you are awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay. Thank.
all right. So again, our audience, please share again your questions if you have. I think this is a fantastic opportunity to sit down with a sales expert who can share a lot of actionable points that you can take immediately with your sales team, right? Bhavani here said, "Hello, Bhavani." She said
Hello.
she said that managing your own being and spirits help a lot helps a lot to influence the people around us.
Yes.
Okay, Bhavani always speaks about being in a thankful mode, right?
Yep.
So okay, um, so Wesley, how
Yes.
about another question that was raised earlier was by Ganesan. How do people actually start a new venture during this time? Okay, I know it's not really related to sales, but then maybe you can share from your point of view.
I think to a certain extent, this question relates very relevant to sales
Okay.
because, okay, so for those of you who want to start a business right now, is just starting an entrepreneur and enterprise. It's
Mm-hmm.
also very relatable to sales because if you're going to innovate certain products or services, it is like starting a new distribution channel. So in a
Yeah.
way, I think this question applies to both the salespeople and to aspiring entrepreneurs. I think the key point is, if you ask me now, is the best time because why? A huge surge of traffic is now online. So it's a very good time for you to do validation. Now means what? So I think don't rush into heavy investment on tech, props, tools, platforms. I think right now, if you want to begin a new idea or a solution or product, validate first. Validate
Mm.
means check on the people and say, hey, I have this product and service. For those who want, would you mind to comment yes below and let's arrange for a call and I'll provide more details. Again, once you do that, people reach out to you if they're interested. Speak to them, ask them what they want, what challenge they have, what potentially a product can be, and ask them, is it a reasonable investment to make? Validate your product first. Only then you feel that the market wants or the market needs your product. Then you slowly increase on your investment. You put ads, you invest in your equipment. Only then you do so. So if you ask me, Ganesan, how to manage the fear, is you go step by step and to validate first. Okay, here's the point. Coming back to the point. Be urgent and don't be pushy. Means what? Act fast. Because after the lockdown is already over, you may not have the high search anymore. So right now, when people are at home working remotely and people have no idea what day is it, Monday or Sunday, now is a bad time for you to reach out to people online, your friends, LinkedIn, every kind of platform to add value, shout out to them, validate your product, check whether you need or not, come back, change again, validate again, change your product again. If it's a good fit, then only you launch. Yep.
Okay, cool. Now the next question is from Anand, right? How
Yes.
do you have an effective sales team? What are some easy strategies to have an effective sales team?
Right. I think, thank you very much for the question, Anand. I think, first of all, okay, as of nowadays, I strongly believe that motivation is important. I believe in clarity. I
Okay.
think it's very good to share, all the best, happy, be positive, be grateful. It is important now, very important.
Yes,
But what
yes,
we need to manage and to create a sales team is clarity. Now, what I mean
right.
by clarity links to the question just now. As a salesperson, a sales manager, especially a sales leader and sales manager, you need to know next 14 days, what do you need to do? Because when you are clear strategically, then your sales team will focus on the activity and not in the confusion. Because instead of confusion, you should focus on execution. So if you are clear what to do and all those things, this is our game plan next 3 days. After 3 days, we do this. After 5 days, we do this. After 7 days, we do this. When you are clear, people have clarity, they have a sense of direction. So coming to your question, Anand, how do you build effective sales team? Now, the sales leader must have clarity. Now, for example, maybe the sales leader say, okay, lockdown, my only focus is to gather as much leads as I can. Or my only focus is to increase my customer service. Or my only focus is to reach out and to assure our previous clients. So you must know what is your end game. You must know what is the end result to be clear what you want. Only then the sales leader is clear. Then the sales team will then be clear. Now, clarity is important. Clarity is laid out by who? By the leader, by the manager itself. So the second key point about effective sales team, and I think this is very applicable for sales, is to always have a constant communication, especially in terms of tracking. Now is the perfect time because your sales team cannot say, oh, I'm outstation, I cannot join the call. I'm outstation, you know what? I don't have internet connection. Now everybody is at home. Maybe you can do a constant check and say, okay, so maybe every 9 o'clock in the morning, we do an SOS call. Okay, every 9 o'clock in the morning, the whole team will gather and we do reporting. What have you done? What you want to do? What kind of challenge you face? So then we do like a stand up agile meeting so that we can keep in touch with them. So first is clarity. Second is constant communication and tracking. So these are the two, I think, right now, two strategies right now to turn into an opportunity for you to build your team. And the key is again, constant communication, tracking, and clarity.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
So here we have again some more questions. First, we just say hello to Shalini. She's here.
Hello,
Hi, Shalini.
Shalini.
Okay. And then question from Angie Ng. Okay. Good question. How to get my sales team to have self-discipline? A lot of people relate to this one,
Mm,
right? Hmm.
correct. Okay, so to Angie, Angie Ng, thank you so much for that question. I think number one, coming back again. So I don't know whether you are the sales manager or the one doing the sales. So then number one,
She's the boss.
oh, she's a boss. Okay, sorry, boss. So the boss. So you need to lay out what is an action plan for your sales team moving forward 14 days. Lay out every single day what's your focus key point, have a metric, have the exact game plan what you want to do, and then track the performance every single day. Jump on a call, an online very short half an hour SOS call, just to keep in touch with them. Now that's a time that you can track with them. Now the key is this: I always believe that discipline is very relatable to momentum. Means what? If you follow day one, you follow day two, you follow day three, you follow day four, day five, you will then have a simpler momentum to keep up with your discipline. So the key point is constant, constant communication, constant tracking, constant execution. Keep doing. That's the time when you have momentum. So again, it comes from clarity, it comes from constant communication, it comes from constant tracking. Yeah. So that's the point. I think it's about managing. Yeah, it's about managing the discipline. And again, there are a lot more key points when you talk about productivity, such as, of course, every single time when you talk about working from home, one good tips which I've read and I also apply. So whenever you work, you get up from the bed, you work your routine as normal. Don't wake up 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We get a normal dress to the attire. I don't recommend you to work with your pajamas because it's like a mental state that you get lazy. So you wake up, maybe you can dress smart casual or what, dress to the attire. Okay, follow back your routine, follow back your schedule, have constant communication, have got very consistent communication either by Zoom calls or whether keep reporting, keep encouraging each other. And again, the key is constant communication and tracking. So that's my answer to you, Angie.
Awesome, awesome. So, audience, do you all have any more questions for Wesley? Keep your questions coming up. Okay, so Edward Thai said, "Good advice on the validation of products and change." Because I also feel that, because sometimes we are so passionate about uh, launching a product, because we are just so excited about the product. But like you said, a lot of people fail because they didn't validate the product. They just, okay, Sukati just masuk only, right? So they never check with friends. They never check with a lot of different people from all segments. And then once they go in, they realize the market is actually very small. So they
Mm.
cannot really survive the market, right?
Yep.
Any more advice you have on validation?
All right, validation. So, okay, so I think we should link to the question also posted by Shalini. Maybe we
Yeah.
can link it. Thank you very much for the question, Shalini.
Okay.
I think some very actionable plans for you all. Even I did it myself, which I find it helpful. That's why I am more daring to share. So you look
Okay.
back at your database. It can be your
Yeah.
cards that you have. It can be your entire customer database that you have. So validation means, okay, so you can reach out to them and say, hey, we thought of changing into so and so. And that's the reason why I will appreciate your opinion and your feedback. So for the next call for 15 minutes, I just want to check with you, is this something that will suit the market? So then you validate your call and say, this is a product, this is how it works, this is our price point. So from perspective of a target market, uh, I'm not here to sell, I'm just here to hear your opinion. You disarm the resistance first. So then you check and hear what they say. And again, the key point is this. Always remember back to the point I've said, focus on adding value.
Mm.
Sales is just a reflection of your value. People want your value, they buy. That's the thing, right? Focus on adding value and ask yourself what you can change. You tweet, you add or you add drop. So you get a feedback, 3, 5, 10, check with people, call, and to validate your idea. That's what you can do. All right, now, and this is a very good time for me. So in case you want to check, validate your idea in terms of warm or even cold contacts, people who have never spoken to you, approach people on your social connections on LinkedIn or Facebook, and you can say, you know what, hey, these are some of the these are some of the these are some of the things I'm going to do right now. I'm looking for some people who wants to increase their sales, who want to do this, and I will send you details. So reach out to some strangers, some cold connections, because they give you very neutral answers, because sometimes good friends, they don't want to offend you, they give you very beautiful answers. So reach out to some cold connections, pick again 3, 5, 10, validate your call. So and again, so
Yeah.
that's my take on this in terms of validation. Right. And I think there's
This is
a
online sales.
Right. Are you catching me, Wesa?
Yeah. Is there a break? Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear.
Okay,
Yes, I
just a
can hear you
minute.
now.
So there's a question from Shalini on how
Yes.
to increase sales.
Okay. Good. Okay. So Shalini, thank you very much for the question. Okay. So I want to share with you again on I call this the heat of conversion. An analogy I give frozen meat. I mean, it's the best time right now because lockdown. We all don't know what to eat every day. So there are five kinds. There are five levels of conversion. People who are not interested at all, people who don't bother, people who want to buy but don't know when, people who want to buy later, people who want to buy now. All right. So your key point, Shalini, is to focus. Now, should the things that I'm doing right now, the post that I have, the info that I give, is it to help people to buy now? Is it to help people to buy later? Is it to help people to buy but someday? Or are you trying to educate and to inform your audience about the benefit of your products? Focus on different levels of conversion, and then you derive your whole marketing and online strategy. Because you can't always post right now, okay, I got a product now, who wants to buy? PM me, it's only 50% discount right now. That only works with the top of the heat of conversion when people want to buy now. But you know that many people now are becoming frozen. They become colder in terms of the meat. So they may not want to buy now, they want to buy later or buy someday. So what you can do right now, educate, inform your target audience about the benefits of your product. Don't sell, take your time, inform, share value, add value once in a while. Then you can share your unique selling point, your testimonials, your case studies. You can debunk some myth. For example, let's say if in the real property industry, some people might say, now is the worst time to invest. So you can put a post and say, a lot of people say now is the worst time to invest, but I disagree. This may not be the case because of so. So different kinds of strategies for you to engage different kinds of audience. You may not get everybody to buy now. You can convince them to buy later, or you can convince them so that you're the right person to buy from. So these are some few strategies for you, Shalini.
Okay, awesome. And then one more question from Sumati, right? The
Yes.
insensitive to send brochures on our programs now, training brochures.
All right. So
Can
training
you hear me?
brochures, and again, yes, I can. Thank you very much, Sumadi, for the question. So that training brochure, again, this approach is to target people who want to buy now. You may not get a lot of people replying yes to you. You may get one or two. Again, not too sure. I think it's not fair for me to tell you how many conversion right now. I think let's take a step back. You may want to ask, you may want to send things like, hey, these are the 7 strategies for you to improve your productivity at work, improve your this. Now, in case if you are interested to explore this program, would you want me to send you a brochure? I would think that is a good time to ask permission if they want. Boom, there you go. I think you can do like this. I think don't just do a cold EDM. Boom. I think it's not the time right now to do so.
Okay, why do you think that, Wesley?
All right, and again, coming back to this is not everybody is ready to make a purchase right now.
Yeah,
So I would like to think you give the brochures after they respond to you. So which means you send added value stuff, let them respond, let them get the buy-in first. Once they reply, and then you say, hey, would you want to have a look at the
right.
brochure that I prepared, only especially for this lockdown? Don't worry, I'm going to send to you and you decide for yourself. So you disarm this resistance in first. If they say,
Got
okay, I
it.
don't mind having it, boom, then you send. That's how you go.
Got it. Okay. So another question is from Zuin, Facebook.
So you,
How about those premium products? Do you think people are still going to buy?
I think it depends. Thank you, Zin, for the question. I think it depends on what you sell. If you're selling Zoom corporate package, I think a lot of people want to buy.
Yeah,
if you are selling, if you are selling a product that helps people to transform the business, reduce costs, I think a lot of people will buy. I think it's not fair to give me an absolute answer for this. I think it depends whether your product has a value whether people are looking for it right now again. So I think it depends on what you sell, in. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, I think we need a little bit more clarification on what is a premium kind of premium products, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so and then
So
we move on. Yeah, sorry,
yeah. Sorry.
Wesley, go on, please.
So this one you see. So you may not want to convert the sales right now, but what you can also do is to work on concession. Now, what I mean by concession, added
Right.
value, discount, rebates, add stuff. So if you make a purchase right now, I can give you additional XYZ, or
Mm,
I got payment plan for you, or I have upfront 30%, I deliver after three, maybe after 1 month, you give me the balance 70%. I don't know, right? I don't know. And again, you can work on many different innovation strategies right now, but bear in mind, how do you continue to add value to your customers? How to do so? Validate with them.
okay, very sharp there. And then one more question is by from Vincent Liang from
Right.
Facebook. How to read people uh, who are buyers? How to read them for first time when we meet up with them?
Okay. Thank you, Vincent, for the question. I know Vincent personally.
Okay.
I hope that you're referring meeting them virtually because you are not supposed to meet people face to face right now. How
Please,
to read
Vincent.
people for first time meetup? I think let's put in the context of COVID right now.
Right.
Okay, so here's a strategy. I always believe in a two-call system, which means first call to arrange for the appointment. So never present, never sell in the first call. Your first call is to just get permission to arrange for the next appointment, the next virtual appointment. But the next, which is the real virtual appointment, the Zoom call, and then you that's when you ask questions, right? So here's what I think. Because if through the first call, if they're interested to hop into the second call, chances are you have a better chance of getting the right target audience. Because if they say first call, no, lah, actually I'm not interested, lah, then you know that they're
Mm,
not the right target market. So that's how you can
okay.
qualify.
Okay.
So if they are okay to do the second call, which is become the second call. So what are the things how you can read the people for the first time you meet through the call? I think it's just back to your qualifying questions. Whether
Mm,
number one, I think some of the very common is what do you want to achieve, and what kind of challenge that you are facing, and what do you need. So and then you check with them. So and the key point is if they can give you very clear answers, they show commitment in the way they answer, chances are they have more interest in buying your product. And
mm,
again, I'm referring this to to a face to face. It can be virtual, right, where you can talk to them not through by call, but you engage in a 10, 15, half an hour conversation. Then once you get what they know, once they say okay, and then you can present, and then you share your benefit statement, your USP, your product offering, and all, and then you can share, and then you ask, is this what you're looking for? Would you be keen to get started from here? And then you see how it goes.
okay. Okay. So one more last question before we end, right? And then
Right.
later, of course, we'd like to hear about your story, right, Wesley, your
Yeah.
company. So the
Yes.
last question here is by Esther Cham, right, from Facebook. What is your opinion for event-related business? What
Right.
can they do during this period?
Okay. Thanks, Esther, for the question. Event related business. So again, I think now the limitation is we can't do any physical event.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Online event, online campaigns, online marketing campaigns, online event, online distribution channel. I think that's what you can explore. I think some of the key points for you, Esther. I think again, I'm just co-reading. I have never done events before as in event consultancy and management companies before. So you can validate with some of your clients, your previous client, and say what kind of challenge that you have in regards of events. Maybe they say, yo, I want to do event now, but I cannot do physical event. I want to do a workshop, a preview, but I can't because people can't come out. So check with them what's their pain point, what kind of challenge they face. Now, once you gather that, maybe they say they all want to do online event and they all don't know how. Online activation. Then you can say, hey, there's a time that I prepared 7 key strategies for you to turn your offline event to online. Here's an ebook for you. Boom, here you go. So if they're interested, then you call them again and say, hey, would you want us to help you to host your first online event? We are doing this for this price, where we help you to do your campaigns, reach out here. Then you design your programs to turn online. I think that's what you can do. And for you to show more empathy and to add more value, consider giving some discounts for event special bonuses. Yeah, I think that's how you can do. And again, I'm just giving you my thoughts and opinions. I've never done this before, but turn offline to online event is something that you can try to help them turn, because and again they may want you to do everything. So then
Right.
you take up their product, take up their event, and then you host for them. Then you charge them a premium. You do lead capture, lead gen, convert, activation, reminder, all for them. Yeah.
Okay. And I think, and just to add to that, I think Wesley has shared, this is the time we can add a lot of value to them in terms of what are the different types of events they can do actually, right? If let's say they're only focusing
Right.
on physical events, right? You can
Yes.
share a lot of online stuff. I can do this kind of event. If you consider B kind of event, C kind of event, D kind of event. Now they have a lot of time to actually look through and decide slowly for the time after the MCO, right?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and
Okay.
again, is I think it's time to be with your clients, to be with
Yeah.
them, to assure with them, because once the lockdown is over, then it is easier to stay in touch. It is not that now you remain quiet. Once the lockdown is over, only you find them. Then people feel that when at times that I need people, you're not there. Right. So be with them, be the assurer, give them assurance that you're here to stay. You are here to listen to their problem and to continue to innovate yourself to add value. So, and one of the things that I really believe in this, I know it's good to stay motivated. You must be very clear on what to do coming next. And and in fact, I've discussed with Vaisa, and I have specially designed because the day one of MCO happens. So I actually sat down and I thought of what are the things that we can do, especially for salespeople and business owners. What are things that we can do? So I've done a special ebook where on next 14 days, what can we do as salespeople and business owners in terms of personal sales, and also in terms of online presence. So what are the specific action items that we can do every single day? It can be as easy as 15 minutes. It can be as hard as 2 hours every single day to keep yourself occupied. Because if you're too free, then your mind will think of what movie to watch next. So the next 14 days, I've got some very specific action plans and also some sample ideas, posts, videos for you to follow. Very helpful if you're in sales and business. If you're in sales team, sales managers, sales leaders, you can use it also for your own team. So I think Vaisa will share with you on how to get it. So it's a gift for all of you here.
Okay. So that's it's true. The download link is right below in the comments. You can always download it, click on it and download, and then follow the action plans that Wesley has given very nicely. All right. So Wesley, again, thank you very much for sharing all those tips. I think they were very sharp, and
Thank
I
you.
think all of them were very actionable. So all the friends here, a lot of good questions from all of you. Thank you for following this,
Yep.
everybody. Let's see anyone. Let's see if we miss any. Thanks for watching. Angie, Rachel, Vincent, Anand, Esther, Jaya,
Thank you.
Vincent, Zuin.
Thank
Okay,
you. Thank you. Thanks for
and
watching.
Fiona, uh, Edward Tai, Angie, Bawani, Jaya, Sam. Okay, and everybody here. So again, if y'all like what Wesley has shared, just give a like, thumbs up, for him to know. All right. Again, Wesley, again, maybe we can see you again in the show sometime later,
Right.
uh, where you can share more tips, perhaps some
Yes.
more questions coming in.
Yep.
Thank you very much for watching.
Thanks for
Uh,
your time. Thanks for having me.
all right. Thanks, friends, for watching. With that, we end the show now. Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you. Bye bye,
bye.
everybody. Stay safe and stay at home.